the top quarterback head coach duos in the NFL with Colin Cowherd and me, the best to ever do it. All right, so off the top of my head here, I'll say number one is Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, they are way above everyone else. I think they're one. I would say two is John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. Three, I would have to, let's see. So we're going to have to really start thinking here. Because it's interesting because a really, really good quarterback, like Joe Burrow, you want to put him in there. But then it's like, man, do I think Zach Taylor is that good of a coach? Yeah, not really. Same with Jalen Hurts. It's like, well, Jalen Hurts is really good. What do I think about Sirianni? They're probably top five. Who else would I have in there? So like Justin Herbert, Brandon Staley. Not a fan of Brandon Staley, so I don't think they'd be in my top 10. Derek Carr, Dennis Allen, GTFO. Let's see. Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson could be a conversation. Mike McDaniel and Tua could be a conversation. Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. I'm just rattling. First of all, I'm just rattling these off. Absolutely zero notes in front of me. Just rattling off coaches like it's nothing. How many other people can just sit here and pop? Just drop knowledge. Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, I would think, has to be in the top 10 just because of their potential, what they can do. Kyle Shanahan, everyone knows, is my favorite coach in the NFL, but I cannot put him in the top 10 with some combination of Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, or Sam Darnold. I mean, again, rattling off these coaches and then the depth charts of these teams, God, I'm just unbelievable. Who else we got? So he's shown McVay and Stafford. I could see it. I don't think Stafford is that good anymore, but I do think McVay is awesome. Yeah, I mean, they're probably top 10. Let's see. Dak and Mike McCarthy, LOL. Could you imagine? Salah and Aaron Rodgers, no thanks. Belichick and Mac Jones, that's one of those where it's like you've got the GOAT in Belichick, but is he just dragging Mac Jones into that top 10? Probably not. Stefanski, Deshaun Watson. Stefanski, former coach of the year. Watson, former MVP level player. But what have you done for me lately? Who am I missing here? Who am I just like openly not thinking? Tomlin and Pickett, but Pickett, like this is a great list because you can really have some top tier coaches or top tier quarterbacks, and it's like, man, do I really want to put Kenny Pickett in this top 10? Do I really want to put Zach Taylor in there? Colin, take it away.
This morning I went and looked at the best coach quarterback duos where I consider the coach is going to be a Hall of Famer or certainly vie for it, and the quarterback is.
So double Hall of Famer? If it's a double Hall of Famer, I think you put McVay and Stafford higher because they're guaranteed. Like, they're both guaranteed to be there. I was kind of going by, like, this year. If that's the case, if you're doing double Hall of Famer, whoo.
The first five are easy. The first five are pretty easy.
I think the first two is really easy. Reid and Mahomes, Jackson, Harbaugh. That's, like, easiest thing in the world.
Mahomes and Andy Reid's number one, not particularly close. Certainly an argument with Montana and Walsh. As
I think this, if you're doing like all-time duo, there's a legitimate conversation between Reid, Mahomes, Walsh, Montana, and Brady, Belichick. Like, those three are a legit conversation. We don't see the full picture with Reid and Mahomes. Gun to my head right now, I mean, you got to go Brady, Belichick. You can't just say, you can't just throw away whatever it is, 7 Super Bowls and all that. So I guess you got to go Brady, Belichick, but then you go Reid, Mahomes, and then Walsh, Montana. If you told me that Reid and Mahomes would be together as long as Brady and Belichick were, I would say Reid and Mahomes. But I'd be shocked if Andy Reid coached for more than another 3 years.
As the best quarterback coach combo in the history of the sport. Number two.
Kind of wild he didn't say Belichick Brady. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, I think this is a little whoopsie poopsie from Colin here.
sport. Number
Let's catch the sentence again.
best quarterback coach and Walsh really close. Certainly an argument with Montana and Walsh as the best quarterback coach combo in the history of the sport.
Not mentioning Belichick and Brady is wild. I mean, we all make mistakes. I mean, I don't usually, but that's crazy.
Number two, again, I know they're off a bad year, but McVay is the youngest coach to win Super Bowls, and Stafford. Stafford, by the way, in the year he won a Super Bowl a year ago, threw for 5,000.
How in the world can this be your number two? I guess only because Stafford has won a Super Bowl, but Stafford's never won an MVP. I don't know, guys. I mean, I might be off base here. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Would you rather have John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson or Sean McVay and Matt Stafford? I don't think it's really close. I think Harbaugh is a better coach than McVay, and I think Jackson's a better quarterback.
Yards. Number three, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
Jesus Christ. Colin, what are we doing?
We don't believe Russ is washed. Peyton's brilliant.
I'm with you. I agree. I don't think Russ is washed, and I think Peyton is brilliant. But damn, they're not. What's going on with Lamar and Harbaugh here?
Number four, I'd go Doug Peterson and
what is going on?
Trevor Lawrence. I think Peterson is one of the most underrated coaches in the last decade in the sport. Outdueled, outsmarted, outfoxed Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl. We all love Trevor Lawrence. And then number five, I know a lot of people have misgivings about Lamar Jackson, but I'd put Harbaugh. I think is a remarkable coach. Lamar wins 75%.
This is unbelievable. I mean, look, I think the five are fine in a different order. Having Peterson and Lawrence over these two is nuts. What are you basing the Lawrence side of it? Because if you want to say Peterson's better than Harbaugh, well, whatever, who cares? But, I mean, again, Jackson's been an MVP. We know what he can do. Giving Trevor Lawrence these kind of flowers is a lot.
Of his starts. I know you don't trust him. Peyton Manning took a while to get the ring and have great playoff success. Lamar Jackson's really good. When he's healthy, he's really good.
He's really good.
So then I started looking around, and
right,
I found 9 to fill out the top 10. I found 9 teams where I really like the quarterback. Jets, Chargers. I still got questions about the coach.
Bengals.
I found 10
Eagles.
teams where I love the coach. But I'm not sure at quarterback. San Francisco, Carolina, New York Giants.
Yep.
And then 8, I didn't trust either.
Yep.
8, a quarter of the league, I don't trust the quarterback. I don't trust the coach.
I'm with
That's
you.
no man's land.
That's about right.
9, quarterbacks a star. Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers. Coach could be good. I got to wait and see.
Yeah.
And then 10, the coach is great. Your Pete Carrolls, your Kyle Shanahans. I think Frank Reich's fantastic. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Gino's going to be that good this year. As good. Okay?
Okay.
So then I tried to... So I go to my next 5, and here's 6 through 10. Tell me if I'm crazy on this. 6 through 10. Put it up. So number 6.
Okay. So this... I have been incredibly critical of Zach Taylor, but he is getting results. He has got to a Super Bowl. And he did get back to an AFC Championship last year. He's figuring something out. Is he perfect? No. But he's better, I think, than I'm giving him credit for. On the flip side, Joe Burrow is incredible. Joe Burrow is, I mean, if you look at the quarterbacks in Colin's top 5, Burrow is better than all of them except Mahomes. Burrow is generational. Burrow is really, really good. Burrow is, I mean, it is what it is. I'm willing to give Taylor some leash here and admit that I might be too critical of him because of how good Burrow is. So this is probably an appropriate 6.
Don't tell me yet Zach Taylor should be in the same class as Andy Reid and Sean Payton.
He definitely should.
First 2 years without Burrow, he was like, was winning 5 games a year.
Yeah, I mean,
I like him.
Yeah.
Give me another year.
I think that is part of it too, where it's like it's hard to know how good he is because of how good Joe Burrow is. But to keep churning out results and to keep winning playoff games and all that, tight games like that, and road games, and there is something to be said about that. So I see it both ways there, but I do lean towards Taylor is better than I'm giving him credit for, or I have given him credit for in the past.
At least. Okay, go to the next one. Number 7. Now, I know you're...
Okay, I like this one too because Sirianni, he's got something. I mean, you can just tell he's a culture builder. He has a system. Now, the question will be this season, what does he look like without his two coordinators? Without Shane Steichen and Josh Gannon? Without those two guys, was it them or was it Sirianni? We'll see. And Hurts, I think Hurts is really, really good as well. So I like this. The 7 are good so far. They're just in a bad order, but I'm with you.
You're all saying this is low, Philadelphia. So Nick Sirianni got the job. They were a mess early.
Yeah.
And then he gave play calling to Shane Steichen. From that point into the Super Bowl, they were fantastic. Shane Steichen just left. Coordinators matter. Kyle Shanahan, great example. I think they'll be fine. That's why I put him at...
It can be both. It can be both because I tend to believe Andy Reid it's like the Sean Payton, Pete Carmichael thing, where it depends on what the coordinator's doing. So we'll see. Me and Colin basically just said the same thing. What a surprise! But I think Sirianni was kind of the straw that stirred the drink. But if it was Steichen, we will certainly find out this year.
7. We don't know if Sirianni's a great coach. When he had more control of the offense, it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Let's go to 8. I may bang on Sean McDermott, but Allen's a transformational talent. McDermott, the Buffalo Bills, before Sean McDermott got there, were kind of a mess.
This is a make or break year for both these guys. I think the media and everyone has told us that Josh Allen is great and he's transformational, he's generational, he's this, and this. He's a year away from being like, is he even Lamar Jackson? Is he Jalen Hurts? This year, last year, we were told what? The Bills were the highest power rated team in the NFL. Josh Allen is a runaway favorite for MVP. Both underperformed. And it got worse. Underperformed, it got worse, however you want to say it. So if we get another year of that, I think we may have to really question how good these guys are. And that the question will first go to McDermott.
Number 9, I consider them both B to B+, but Dak Prescott.
Oh, my God. Sweet, sweet, sweet Christ. Okay, I mean, let me just hold on. This is way off. McCarthy is bottom 5 coach in the NFL, 100%. As far as a coach, as far as a play caller, as far as a on the field, in between the stripes, he might be a good logistical coach. As far as having a locker room, building a culture, getting you on the plane, getting you hotel rooms. But as far as during those 4 quarters, he is absolutely hellacious. And just like we talked about with the Eagles, his offensive coordinator just left, Kellen Moore. So Big Mike is calling plays. That ain't good. And Dak, he ain't good either. Dak should have led the NFL in interceptions last year. This is way off. They would be in my bottom 10 before they were in my top 10.
And Mike McCarthy, he's got a Super Bowl.
I was just about to say, I think Colin is really waiting results and success for these coaches. And McCarthy having a Super Bowl ring, I think is really elevating him here. But Tomlin is a leagues better of a coach than McCarthy. And is Pickett that much worse than Prescott? Probably not. Tomlin and Pickett should be here over Big Mike and Dak.
Dak is more than sufficient as a franchise quarterback. And then number 10, again, I think the coach is brilliant. Unproven, young, but brilliant. And the quarterback's good when healthy.
Okay.
I'd go Mike McDaniel. And
this is a lot of faith in these cats. This one is more of a you got to really be drinking the Kool-Aid here, because you got 1 year of McDaniel and they were fun to watch, but if you look at the results, it's he's not Kyle Shanahan, And then Tua, same deal, where small sample size, really, really good. But what do we really know? To have these two up there in the top 10 is pretty wild. To not have Mike Tomlin in the top 10 and having Dak and Big Mike is pretty wild. But, I mean, this one is the ultimate, like, fanboy stan, love the Dolphins, drinking the Kool-Aid, which I can certainly see. I can certainly see loving these two guys.
Tua. Hi, everybody.
All right, so there you go. There's the top 10. Let me know in the comments what you think. Where did Colin mess up? Where did I get it wrong? Who would your top 10 be? Or who should have been in the top 10? Who should have been out? Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you on the next video.